Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ebony Man 2K, aka that Jolly Rancher, aka Pretty Ricky, what they call me, and aka the original king of receipts. I welcome you to my channel. Today I will be addressing the recent controversy of the attorney and entertainment celebrity Eboni K. Williams. Ebony has recently come under fire for her response during an interview with Iyanla Van Zandt. They were both discussing the current dating market, and Iyanla asked Ebony if she would date a bus driver, and Ebony replied only if he owned the bus. Now that comment by Ebony was a bit startling, and it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, because it came across as a put down to working class men, as if working class men like bus drivers were not good enough for her to date. Now, if this is indeed the case, then I find Ebony's take on her preference to be a bit short-sighted and superficial. The reason why I say that her take is short-sighted and superficial is because it seems to put too much value on wealth and status. For that reason, I suspect that Ebony would desire a business owner because dating a business owner will complement or even enhance her celebrity lifestyle, where dating an average bus driver probably would not. This desire for wealth and status has been confirmed. It has been confirmed that Ebony was once engaged to an elderly white zaddy with money. So this notion of Ebony being attracted to money and status is not too far off. In this situation, I feel that Ebony does not have her mind or heart in the right place. Now, it is my understanding that driving a bus is not the most sexiest occupation in the world, but it is a stable occupation that pays well and offers excellent long-term benefits. More importantly, bus drivers are well respected in the community because they are responsible for getting a lot of people to work. They literally keep the labor force moving. Now, don't get me wrong, there are benefits to dating a business owner, but just owning a business should not be the end-all be-all in choosing someone to date. Having moral character, honesty, and knowing how to make sound decisions are more important qualities to consider in choosing a mate. Now, if just owning a bus or any other business for that matter is the only requirement for Ebony in choosing a mate, then Donald Trump should be Ebony K. Williams' suitor of choice. Now, I will let you hear from the social commentator TARIQ NASHEED as he expresses his take on the Ebony K. Williams controversy. TARIQ's take is narrated by the YouTuber Fawcett Media.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me about that. I've been meaning to do a show about that. That it was kind of coming from an elitist place. She had me to a certain degree, and then she started getting off into basically some bedwench babble. And they showed that she'd had a zaddy before, so a lot of that stuff she's...
Vocabulary count. Bedwench babble, or bedwench. If you don't know what it is, look it up. Zaddy, if you don't know who that is. So a lot of people don't know, Tariq, in my estimation, is probably the person who made the word bedwench popular. And with that, along that, he's coined zaddy, as an observation of who these women were choosing in particular. The more you know.
A lot of that stuff she said was nullified. That whole thing when she wouldn't date a bus driver. The thing is, with her, she's still trying to talk down to brothers in order to make herself feel better because she knows she's priced out of the game. She ain't about to really get no baller at this point, and she knows that. She spent some of her prime choosing years chasing zaddy. So a lot of these women chase these zaddies, you don't get chosen, and then when you are priced out of the game, you want to start talking crazy at brothers and trying to minimize brothers. I don't want no nigga who drive a bus. Where's that coming from? There's nothing wrong with a brother who's driving a bus.
Right.
Especially when you've, about to hit the wall. But there's nothing wrong with that. And plus, you're not in baller territory no more, ma'am. Because she's what? Is she like 40? She's getting close to 40.
39 years old is what she is. Almost there.
This is called a snap indenture or an overdenture. This is on the upper jaw, and I can just snap these teeth right out of there. You can see that it was a little tough. So these are the implants that go in the...
She's getting close to 40.
39 years old is what she is. Almost there.
Because she's what? Is she like 40? She's getting close to 40. And not saying there's some 40-year-old women in here that still look good. I'm not knocking you guys. I'm not knocking.
That's a
There's
fact.
Live 40-year-old women,
Yeah,
who can still get blued out.
absolutely.
And all that. I'm not knocking the 40-year-old women. There's still very beautiful 40-year-old women. There's beautiful 50-year-old women. But when you are 40 years old, you can't be out here making demands like the 24-year-olds. This is what I'm saying. You can't be out here making these boss demands like the 24-year-olds. You better understand there's a whole crop of new recruits out here on the streets. So you sitting up here at 40 and you don't look the same without your makeup on, talking about what bus driver you ain't gonna date and what you need and what you gonna demand. And you got these ballers who got a gang of options, and these options are fresh out the bakery. These 23, 24-year-olds are choosing heavy, fresh, ain't got no kids, ain't got no baggage. So if a baller's about to make an investment in a relationship, where's he gonna go? Somebody who's 40 and better, or somebody who's fresh at 23? Now, if you're 40 and you got your mind right, you can still get in there. But you're 40 and better ain't gonna cut it. In fact, when you get older, ladies, you better be more cooperative and you better have more of a soothing disposition when it comes to dudes. Don't no nigga balling out want to hear no baggage ass complaining from nobody, especially somebody who's double the age of the new recruits out here. Let's talk real for a minute. If you get a cute 40-year-old chick, she better be talking right. She better be talking real right. You better be saying something flyer than what the 24-year-olds are saying.
And he's right. It's like paying full price for a depreciating asset, paying full price for a used car. You know, a lot of times we just want to have a nice time. We just want an easy, no drama situation. But sometimes I notice that along with that comes sometimes other issues and baggage that you might have to deal with. But I mean, that should be part of the process of them actually getting themselves ready for the market. I should have as little drama as possible. That should be something.
Be talking right. She better be talking real right. You better be saying something flyer than what the 24-year-olds are saying, because they got a leg up. So what you gonna bring to the table that they ain't got? Just like dudes, women. See y'all, women. A lot of women go for the older guys as opposed to some of the younger dudes. You get a younger dude, he's a young fly dude, but the thing is, you get a young fly dude and an older guy who's still kind of fly, but the older guy's more established, his money is right. So you're like, hell, let me choose him. That's a better option. Dudes think the same way. You got two women, one's 40-something, one's 24. They both cute. Both still got nice bodies. 24-year-old ain't got that much baggage. The 40-year-old one, she's still kind of bitter because of the last three niggas that had done her wrong. So now do you want to invest in that? That's how dudes think. So that 40-year-old woman or the 45-year-old woman, she better be talking like she got some goddamn sense. You ain't gonna be sitting up here talking about, I ain't gonna date this nigga. I need this and I need a baller nigga. I want the bus owner.
Own the bus.
So the bus owner, okay, say I'm the bus owner. And Ebony's with me on a date. I own these buses. What's Ebony gonna bring to the table? Besides her bitter disposition, because you heard disposition is bitter. That's a bitter disposition. You feel me? And dudes can sense it. Dudes can feel it. That's coming from a place of bitterness. Don't nobody want that. That's one of the reasons why the dudes get the 24-year-olds. That bitterness ain't kicked in yet. Bunch of niggas ain't done them wrong yet. Yeah? I want y'all to understand that when guys are trying to choose, we choose dispositions as well. We want somebody with a pleasant disposition with no psychological baggage. And Women, I want y'all to understand, y'all better watch your dick intake. Dicks are like ghosts. And them ghosts linger on your ass. And dudes don't want to be with no chick with dick ghosts humming around her. You understand? We don't want your dick ghosts. We don't want to have that shit around. So you better exercise the dick demons and get that off your spirit. So when you get with a new dude, you talking right. Feel me, ladies? Y'all feel me? We'll have a little real talk in here tonight.
Exercise the demons of dicks past. Yes.
We're having some real talk. Let's.
They need to provide that as a service at either therapy or in church. An exorcism of all the previous men that have come in and destroyed your life. They've come in and wreaked havoc.
Let's be clear, you got some women who's 45, 50, fly, good conversation. Niggas to get your ass. Look at people like Tracy Edmond. For example, Tracy Edmond. How old is Tracy Edmond? Tracy Edmond, she's a beautiful sister. Tracy Edmonds is 56 years young. Still gorgeous as ever. Still getting chose. Still cold. In her 50s. Tracy Edmonds keep niggas wiping her ass up. Yeah, Babyface and then Eddie Murphy and out there. Is she still with Deion Sanders? Tracy Edmonds keep a nigga wiping her up.
Coach Prime. Shout out to Coach Prime.
She has a good disposition. She has a very pleasant disposition. And dudes like that.
Can't go? Do this to clear out stuck poop fast. Fiber helps you poop, right? Nope.
Disposition. She has a very pleasant disposition. And dudes like that. Your disposition goes a long way, especially if you are a little older. You better come real correct. You better come correct. You better come through with it. Steve Harvey's wife, she was older. Steve had other options, but he got her. She's a beautiful sister. Disposition was correct. So I'm not saying that y'all are out the game. You just got to come correct. You better, when you're older and competing with those 24-year-olds, what you got to do, you got to leave that bitterness away and bring your experience to the table. You got to come in the door like, look, I fuck with you, nigga, and me, I'm not one of them young bitches out here who don't know nothing. I can help you manage this shit in here. You got to come in like that. I can help you with the books. I can come in and get this household in order. I can get the money straight. I can show you some investment things that I've learned. That's what niggas want to fuck with. If you are an older woman, you come in with that type of mentality, coming in with your experience, not no damn bitterness. That's what niggas can respect.
That's game for you ladies.
You dig? Y'all got to come in the door like that. You better come in letting us know you can go and handle some of these books and do all the other wifey shit. Yeah, giving y'all ladies some game. But ladies, don't be the older bitter chick, and don't be the old thought. That's another thing. There's two things y'all don't want to do, ladies. You don't want to be the old ass bitter chick complaining about niggas and talking about what you need now. I deserve some trips from niggas, and they ain't about trying to hear all that bullshit.
We just want to have a good time at that point. A lot of dudes have made concessions, in certain situations, and we just want to have a good time. We don't want any drama. We don't want any stress. So for you to bring extra added stuff because of the situation, it's problematic. It is.
A nigga supposed to take me to Jamaica. Shut your ass up, Gladys.
You gotta go on a trip.
Listen, but don't you be that, and don't be the old damn thought. Don't you be the 50-year-old chick out here in a cat suit and a BBL, and your feet look like goddamn Cicely Tyson. Don't try to be that. Don't try to out-thought these young girls. You ain't gonna do it.
You got them 50 years old with a Fashion Nova sponsorship.
There's thoughts coming out here. There's a whole new level of thought. Y'all cannot compete. Lady, y'all 40, y'all 50, y'all knees ain't good enough to out-thought these girls coming out of here now. These girls were raised off Sunny Delight and hot Cheetos, and it's still good. There's a whole level of thought going on with these girls that y'all can't compete with. These girls are doing all types of shit. You can't compete with that. You're gonna blow your fucking hip out trying to compete with these damn young girls. Sit your ass down and help that nigga with his goddamn accounting. That's what you do.
Cocktails with Queens. They were the top of the game, man. You got to give it to them. A lot of them women were at the top of their game, man. But at this point, they got to make some concessions or, remain single. I mean, we've talked about them before on the channel, too. But it's a mighty fall from grace. But right now, you should be looking for happiness. Like, Cut all the BS out. Cut all the, he's a bus driver, he's not on my level, he's not this, he's not that. Like, compromise needs to be made. These ladies are in their 50s and late 40s, and some of it ain't working. Preach on this channel for y'all older women to start speaking to these younger women so they understand what is coming down the pike and what they had to go through. I repeat that. That is on repeat.
These girls be doing all types of shit. You
Hell
can't
no.
compete with that. You're going to blow your fucking hip out trying to compete with these damn young girls. Sit your ass down and help that nigga with his goddamn accounting. That's what you do.
Make yourself useful.
That's what you do. We have to put an ice pack on your damn back and outthought these damn girls out here. Come on, man. Y'all got to respect the game that's going on out here. Yeah?
Anyway, what y'all think about that? TARIQ is a trip, man. But he makes some good points. We out here negotiating, and a lot of times the situation being what it is, a lot of these women have overvalued their place in the market, and it's nothing against them. Like he said, there are going to be some women 40 plus that are going to be able to get chosen for the rest of their lives. But the rest of y'all got to make some concessions, right? You got the factors that he talked about. You don't look as good as you did in makeup. Like Ebony, even in this picture, she don't even look like this anymore. I can't even tell you how many years ago that was, because I think she was with him for 4 years, and they're not together anymore. So come on now, you out here publicly making statements about bus drivers, talking down about how mediocre they are and average and all this and that. Man, you gonna need that bus driver one day, and I think that's the TARIQ breaks it down to the basic level, to the basic science of this thing. Shout out to TARIQ NASHEED. He is one of the originators in talking about this type of information online. His books, he even wrote a book for women, you know what I'm saying? So there are women that respect his opinion, He's not saying anything wrong. He's just saying it in a very blunt, factual way. You know what I mean? He's talking to you like an OG would talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I say about the women. I wish women would come to a place in their older years where they could become guides for these younger women so that they don't make the same mistakes that they made in their youth, But I couldn't wait for TARIQ to weigh in on this. And he had kind of missed it a couple times, so I was just making sure that I caught it. And when I did, I was cracking up, man. Talk about them knees. Knees getting bad. Can't do that. The hands on your knees, shaking hands on your thought shit. What Megan say? Megan's knees. But he never disappoints in the relationship talk. TARIQ NASHEED never disappoints, man.